Nichole.
And I'm Giu.
And welcome to Nichole and Giu Live, our podcast where we talk about things we love, things we hate, and things we love to hate. And this week, you know what I love? Blue, the dinosaur. I'm kind of obsessed.
Never really been that into dinosaurs, honestly.
Listen, I haven't either. And dinosaurs have never been a thing for me. Literally in my entire life, but I really love Blue. I love Blue the raptor. I think Blue is a velociraptor, and she's adorable, and I love her.
That's true. I did really like the relationship between Owen and her. It was really adorable.
It was really, really cute, yes. But if anybody hasn't guessed, this week we're going to be talking about Jurassic World, starring Bryce Dallas Howard, who was Victoria in Twilight and gets her own franchise now as Claire in Jurassic World. I can't remember what Claire's last name is, but her name is Claire.
Deering. Claire Deering.
Yeah. No wonder I kept wanting to call her Claire Danes. That's why. It's not Claire Danes. It's Bryce Dallas Howard, and she plays Claire Deering in Jurassic World.
Dinosaurs are now in the vampire universe, according to us.
I didn't even think about that until you just said that, but yeah, I guess now dinosaurs are Twilight, guys. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess let's just jump in to this. What a movie this was.
Yeah, what a movie. The first thing that happens, this is only for a second, but you see the little baby dinosaurs hatching out of the eggs, which just instantly that foreshadowing of what is to come.
Yeah.
And then we see the two kids, Gray and Zach, and they're brothers, and they're getting ready to go visit Jurassic World. And Gray's a dinosaur enthusiast, and he's got his whole room decorated with dinosaurs. It's very cute. And Zach is a teenager, and he's got a girlfriend, and he's saying bye to her, and he's just being kind of a jerk.
Oh my gosh, I actually thought this part was kind of funny because he is saying goodbye to his girlfriend, and she is looking at him, and she's like, "I love you," like right at the end, trying to get him to say it back, and he just like turns and walks into the car. And I was just like, ouch, ouch.
If my boyfriend did that to me, he would really get it.
Same. I would not be amused. But obviously they're only like 17, so it's probably not like a really serious relationship anyways, but I still would like have bonked whatever boyfriend I had at 17 like right in the head for that one.
I did think it was funny. I think the dad said, "We're not going off to war."
Yeah, no.
She was being so dramatic saying goodbye to him.
That was really funny. Yeah, the dad's just like, "Come on, Zach, we're not going off to war. Just get in the car. You'll be back in a week."
So they're getting ready to go to Jurassic World, which is our setup.
Are the parents like going on some sort of like vacation that's just the two of them because they've been having marriage troubles or something? That was the impression that I got, but I wasn't really sure.
I don't know where they're going, but they definitely have marriage troubles.
Yeah, and they all get in the car and go, but then you find out that like the parents are going somewhere else. The kids, the boys, are going to Jurassic World, and the parents are going somewhere else. I don't know where the parents went, but they are going to be not with the kids for this whole movie.
To the divorce lawyer's office.
Oh yeah, the divorce lawyers, the two different divorce lawyers. But yeah, the kids, Zach and Gray, are going to visit. I think their mom's name is Karen, and they're going to visit her mom or the mom's sister, whose name is Claire, who's the main character. And she, like the park coordinator or she runs the park in some kind of capacity.
Yes, so she's talking to investors when we first see her, and she's describing the genetic modifications they're doing, and they're discussing the future of the park and making it more exciting.
Yeah, she's like, "We have to come out with a new exhibit every couple of years to keep the public excited, and the public wants more teeth."
Yeah. Teeth are very important. And when the boys get there, she just instantly is like, "Yeah, you're gonna hang out with my assistant. I gotta do this and this and this. And oh, what time do you guys go to bed? Maybe I can see you later."
I thought that scene was really funny because she's given them to her assistant, Zara. She's like, Zara will take great care of you. Like, I'll see you later. What time do you guys go to bed? Like, maybe I'll see you in the morning. And the whole time she's saying that, the audio description is like, Claire is slowly backing away.
I need to rewatch this with audio description. Everything I know we're gonna get into it, but everything you've told me so far, it sounds delightful.
The audio description is really fun in this movie. It's a good audio description. I think possibly the audio description might be British in origin and or possibly Australian. We'll get there, but they call fanny packs bum bags, and it made me laugh several times.
So once Claire drops the boys off with her assistant,
Zara.
she goes, yes, Zara. She drops the boys off with Zara.
I mostly only remember that because of the thing that happens with Zara at the end.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was shocking.
That was a lot. Yeah.
They tortured her, I think.
They did. It was gratuitous, honestly, is what
Yeah.
it was. But we'll get there. We'll discuss it
Yeah.
more in detail when it comes up.
So she goes to this control room area, and there's my favorite character, Laurie, who wears a Jurassic Park shirt, and she's like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
She's like, "That is a tragedy." You know that most people think that that's a tragedy, and he says, "I got it on eBay. It's used. I only paid $80 for it. You'd pay $150 for a new one." And she's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Like, that is very much in poor taste. Because I think that this movie is okay, so I'm gonna admit that I have seen Jurassic Park, the first one, but only once, and it was, like, a very long time ago. But I'm pretty sure doesn't that end with everybody dying or something? Like, that's why it's in bad taste because everybody
Probably.
died at the end?
Yeah, he said, "I know people died, but that first part was legit." I saw the first movie a bunch of times as a kid, actually, because one of my best friends was obsessed with dinosaurs, and I remember really liking it, but the last time I saw it, I was probably, like, 7. So I probably have seen it 10 times, but all between the ages of, like, 5 and 7, so I still don't remember it. But I remember it being good. This movie did make me wanna watch it, though, because you could tell when they were referencing things, and I could tell it wasn't hitting the way it was supposed to because I haven't seen the original in such a long time.
Yeah, there's that part kind of midway through the movie where they go and find that old overgrown workshop. And I was really confused by that because I was kind of wondering, when did this get here? What is this from? And I'm wondering if it is something like a reference from the first movie that I'm just not understanding.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. And I thought that same thing where I was like, "Damn, this from the first movie, ain't it?" But I was like, "Oh, I don't remember. Is this from when, like, the raptor was chasing them around the table and stuff?" I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, see, you say that. I literally think I only saw it once and I don't even remember that.
Oh, okay, that scene is so good, it's iconic.
Okay, so maybe we should watch the first Jurassic Park. Maybe that should just be something that we do for fun, especially since we're covering this. But the first Jurassic Park does not have Victoria from Twilight in it. So we're going to stick with this one for now.
Yes, exactly. And we all know the first one is good, like, even if you haven't seen it, you already know it's good,
Oh, yeah.
so I'm sure someone's covered that better than me.
Than either of us and our like very, very limited dinosaur knowledge. The only dinosaur knowledge I have comes basically from this movie, and I don't think this is a good reference for dinosaur knowledge. So
So, after that, we get Masrani flying a helicopter over the island.
love him. Mazrani as a character, I started out being like, I love you. And then I was like, oh, you're sus. And then I ended up sad.
When he was flying the helicopter, I instantly thought of Seto Kaiba and was thinking, why does every rich guy in media fly a helicopter?
Yeah, I don't know, but at least Mazrani very much he went for the greater good. He was doing good stuff at the end.
Yeah, he wanted the park to be, like, exciting and everything, not just for profit.
And he wanted it to be safe. And when he's coming in here in the beginning is when I really decided I liked him. Is he asks Claire, he asks how the park is doing, how the guests are liking the park and how the animals are doing. And she says, oh, like attendance, people liking the park is like in the low 90th percentile. So that's pretty good. And she was like, we don't really like have a way to gauge emotionally how the animals are doing. And Masrani just like looks at her and he's like, yes, you do. It's in their eyes. And I was like, I
Aw.
love you. I don't know, but I think that is specifically placed there to pull at my heartstrings later on when he explodes.
Yeah, he does just explode. Holy shit. So Claire takes him to see the Indominus Rex, which is the genetically modified hybrid dinosaur that they're working on.
Yeah, I guess, the whole thing that Claire was saying to the investors earlier was just that the park goers she said 20 years ago, just unextinction was amazing and everybody thought that that was so freaking cool. But nowadays, people don't care. People want bigger scales, more teeth, more viciousness and all this stuff. So they have created this genetically modified dinosaur that's not a real dinosaur, and I think they call it the Indominus Rex, which what a freaking name. That's almost as good as unobtainium. Indominus, I'm like, y'all are freaking stupid. Like the second she started talking about that dinosaur, I was like, wow, y'all are dumb. Like straight dumb.
They wanted it to be like a fun, easy to say name though, so it is kind of canon for it to be stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't why I was saying they were stupid. I do kind of like the name. I think that the name achieves what it was supposed to. The part that I think is fucking stupid is that they genetically modified this dinosaur to be the most scary dinosaur of all time. And they're just like, this is
It's a good investment strategy.
it's a great investment strategy, especially to have on like an island theme park with children. I just
Are you trying to say it's not safe or something?
well, who am I to say that it is not safe to genetically modify your dinosaurs? But I just think that it's not the wisest of decisions at all. And especially because I think this is the part where they start saying that they used T-Rex genes and I forget like the exact mixture, but they very specifically like say like one or two dinosaurs that it's made of and then they're like and the rest is classified. Oh, it's just classified. And I immediately was like it's a fucking raptor. That's the reason it's
Oh, you
classified.
knew. You knew.
I knew the first time I watched this movie, not knowing anything about dinosaurs, nothing, but, like, the way that it's so smart and they have the raptors be like dogs, as soon I'm just like, that thing is part fucking raptor. And, sorry for the spoilers, but, like, that we do find out at some point later on in the movie that that is the part of the genetic code that they don't wanna say is that it's a raptor, and I think the reason for that is in this universe, I think raptors are supposed to be the single smartest dinosaur.
Did you predict the cuttlefish?
I did not predict the cuttlefish. No. It did have cuttlefish genes though to help it with healing, I think, but that made it so that it could change its colors because cuttlefish have chromatophores and can
It, like, hit its heat signature.
is that what it did with the chromatophores?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was like hiding on the ceiling or something. I couldn't really figure out why the heat signature thing couldn't pick it up at all, but I guess that you just explained that to me, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't know anything about cuttlefish, so don't come for me. I'm just saying what the movie said.
I'm pretty sure that cuttlefish can change their colors, but I don't think any animal can do anything about their body heat signature, but like, okay.
I think we need to suspend our disbelief that science is a little bit different in this universe.
This is the most suspension of disbelief that we've ever had to sustain for a movie, I think, because just the science in this movie is so silly and it's supposed to be silly, but it's just so very, very silly.
My professional suggestion is don't think about it too hard.
I will try. I will try my best to turn my brain off. You know that that's a hard task for me.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Okay, so when they're looking at the dinosaur, Claire is basically just explaining to him how it's really dangerous and it tried to break the glass before and it ate its sibling.
That was the part when I was like, "Y'all are fucking stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid." The part where she is telling Masrani, like, "Oh, it tried to break the glass." It's not supposed to be able to see through the glass, so the fact that it did that, I'm like, "That dinosaur's too intelligent. Like, you made that dinosaur as smart as a person."
Yeah, and then they are also driving home that since it was raised in captivity, it's gonna be more unpredictable.
Crazy and mentally ill because it has had no socialization literally at all.
And then Masrani is like, "Yeah, we gotta check on this more before we open it to the people."
Yeah, and is this when we switch to Owen?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is when we have Owen, my boy, Chris Pratt. Not my boy like Robert Pattinson is my boy. I just really like Owen in this movie. I really like Chris Pratt's character because he's funny, he's rugged and handsome. He's a badass. He is muscly
He's smart,
and smart.
and he loves animals.
He loves animals. That was the big one for me. I'm like, "Oh, it's like a big, dumb, muscly guy with a heart of gold, like, I'm in trouble."
Oh my gosh, me too, they got me with that one because a lot of the time, the hyper masculine guy they try to sell me, like, even if aesthetically pleasing is not my type, but I was like, "God damn it, you made him, like, nice, funny, handsome." I was like, "Okay, he's delightful." You know?
Delightful. I love him, and I love the bond with him and Blue. I was just like, "Okay, that's it. Like, I'm done for. I'm done for completely." He loves animals. I
Yeah.
also love animals, guys.
It was very, very cute. They really do make them like dogs, and that definitely helps with the relationship there. Because I think as long as you've ever had a pet or just even, like, wanted a pet, you're like, "Aw."
Oh, look at the bond. Yeah, and this is the part where you see how intelligent the raptors are, too. I think it starts out with Chris, like, he's giving them all orders, right?
Yeah, he's literally clicker training them or has clicker trained them and is showing off what they've learned.
I love that.
And everyone is very impressed by him, and they're like, "Wow, that was so great and impressive."
And then there's this asshole guy who is this the part where he comes in and he's like, "We should get these in, like, military training stuff, like, this is gonna be better than, like, any weapon ever, they're weapons of war." And Chris Evans, or I keep wanting to call him Chris Evans, that's Captain America. This is Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is like, "No, guy, you suck. These are animals. These are like animals. It's not weapons of war. They're like meant to be." I don't think they're meant to be loved per se, but they're meant to be taken care of.
Yeah, respected at the very least,
Yeah,
instead of just used, like.
I want to cuddle Blue personally. I would like to cuddle Blue.
Yeah. So the character Nicole's talking about is Vic Hoskins, and this was the point in the movie. Like, literally, he enters and says all this crap, and my boyfriend's like, he's gonna die later.
Yeah.
Just instantly. And later, his reasoning for why he said he was definitely gonna die was that his teeth were too white.
Oh, that's I would say that's a pretty good reason. I just thought he was immediately gonna die because he was being so mean to the Raptors, and I was like, they're going to get him.
Yeah, he's gotta go.
Yeah, but I was like, the Raptors themselves are gonna be the ones that kill him because he thinks that he owns them and can make them do military stuff and wants to use them to be the most badass or something, and I immediately knew that one of them was going to kill him.
Yeah, he had to go. He had to. He was being just full asshole right out the gate.
This is when we also meet Barry, who is one of the other handlers of the Raptors. He is friends with Chris Pratt. Owen is his name in the movie. I'll try and call him Owen. But he's friends with Owen, and he is also a pretty good handler, and he also seems to care a lot about the dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure he dies just because he is not as important as Owen.
He's expendable.
Yeah. Yeah, but you do see that the Raptors do have, like, a couple handlers that do really, like, care about them.
Yeah, which is very cute. We get our little doggy raptors, and then pretty much right after that, a man falls into the raptor pit, and Owen has to come save the day.
Yeah, Owen, like, gets into the pit and he basically is like, "Blue, back up." He's trying to make himself all big and use the clicker training, and it works. He pulls the worker out of the enclosure without the worker getting eaten, and the worker's, like, on the ground looking up at Owen after he gets pulled out of the enclosure, and Owen just looks down at him and he's like, "You ever wonder why there was a job opening?"
After that, we get some more Gray and Zach who are like at a petting zoo and like going and seeing the different attractions. And I don't remember the mom's name. Their mom?
Their mom is Karen.
Karen. So Karen calls Claire and is like, "Hey, how's it going?" Claire's like, "Yeah, we're having a great time." And Karen's like, "Yeah, that's interesting because I already know they're not with you."
Yeah, Karen's like, "I just got off the phone with Zach, and you aren't with them at all, and this is supposed to be family." She starts, like, crying immediately, and Claire's like, "Oh my god, like, I'm sorry, Karen, like, today was, like, really bad, like, but I'm gonna spend all day with them tomorrow, like, they're not going to leave my side at all." And I think this is the scene, for the first time where the audio description was describing Gray has a little fanny pack that he has on, he's carrying stuff around in, and I think this is the first time that my audio description called it a bum bag, which is what they call fanny packs in the UK and also in Australia, so I'm not really sure exactly where this audio description is from, but I think it's from one of those 2 places, and they call the trucks are all called 4 by 4s, and also, there are lorries, and I can't tell if it's the UK or Australia, but it's one of those 2 places.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it. Also, I don't know if I would have been able to tell regardless, but it's funny hearing how they say the different stuff. I think bum bag sounds better almost cuz fanny pack also sounds really dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I just really wasn't used to hearing bum bag. I was surprised by
Mhm.
it.
They're both very silly. Like no matter what, it sounds dumb. It sounds like a dumb thing to wear.
It's like a silly title for, like, an article of clothing, I agree.
I do wear a bum bag fanny pack once in a while, so I'm not hating, but it does sound dumb. Like if I said, "Hey, let me go get my fanny pack," it sounds like I'm a gigantic nerd.
Yeah.
All right, so Claire brings Owen to see the Indominus Rex and is like, "Oh, you're like an expert in dinosaur behavior, so I need your help."
Yeah, Masrani says that you should probably look at this enclosure before we open this to the public, she says.
And it turns out that they used to date.
Yeah, very obviously. Claire, like, walks up to him, and I forget exactly what it is that Owen asks her, but it's very obvious that I think she says to him, like, "Oh, I need to, like, ask you some questions or something." And Owen just, like, gives her the look, and he's like, "Well, you wanna do that out here or in my bungalow?" That was in the first scene, and now I think Claire has taken him back to look at the enclosure, and he sees, like, these big claw marks, and initially, they're looking for the Indominus Rex in the enclosure, they're looking through the glass, and they can't see anything, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's gone, like, what the heck? It was just here." Claire was just there with Masrani showing him the enclosure, so she is just saying it's really weird. Where did the freaking Indominus Rex go? This is bad, guys. Bad news bears that they can't find this giant freaking dinosaur. And Owen points out, like, were those claw marks always there on that wall? And then everybody starts losing their shit. And then Claire's like, oh my God, it has a tracker in it, in its back. I have to go to this other location so that I can see where the tracker beam is coming from, so I'll, like, call you guys, and she pieces out.
Yeah, and then Owen and a couple other people go into the cage to investigate while that's happening. And once she's in the control room, she's able to wait, does she actually go to the control room or are they just talking to her on the phone at this point?
No, I think she actually goes to the control room, and then she sees she calls Larry, whatever his name is. It's really hard to tell what his name is. Apparently, looking at it, it's spelled Laurie, but my audio description just kept calling him Larry. So if we say either of those names, we're talking about the same guy. The guy who was wearing the Jurassic shirt, the Jurassic Park shirt.
And there's no one else with a name even similar to that. So same guy. Just go with it.
Yeah.
He has two canon names according to us.
Yeah, according to us, according to the movie, like the audio description and the cast list, two different names, but same guy. Claire like goes to him and is freaking out and is like, "Where is the Indominus? Like, find it, find it. It's somewhere. It's not in its enclosure. It's somewhere." And he's like, "No, it's right there. Like, I can see it. It's blinking. It's right there." And so she like freaks out and calls Owen and is like, "It's in there with you. It's in there with you. Like, get out now."
Why did they even go in there? I guess so we could get a cool dinosaur action scene, but really, why did they go in there?
Yeah.
Immediately. They didn't even wait that long. They were like, "Well, guess we gotta go in."
Guess we gotta go check it out ourselves, like in our squishy meat bag bodies, go into this enclosure. So as soon as they find out from Claire that the Indominus is still in there, then it pretty much comes out immediately and starts terrorizing everybody, and they're freaking out trying to get out of the enclosure. And they finally do, at least most of them do. I think that one or two of the workers gets got, like the unnamed workers. But as soon as they get all the way out of the enclosure, Owen is very upset. He's like, "What did you guys do to that dinosaur? Literally, what did you make this dinosaur out of? What did you do to this dinosaur? This dinosaur made those marks on the wall on purpose as a distraction to be able to get out of this enclosure. It knew that we were it basically, the dinosaur is 5 steps ahead of them at this point."
Yeah, and this is when they revealed the cuttlefish DNA because they were like, "Oh, we couldn't pick it up on the monitor because of the heat signature and it can camouflage and whatever."
I'm pretty sure the camouflage will not get rid of a heat signature, but as Giu said, we are willingly suspending our disbelief right now.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine.
In the meantime, Gray and Zach are watching the big whale dinosaur eat a shark and
It's a mosasaur.
a mosasaur. Thank you. I could not remember. And they end up talking about how their parents are getting divorced, and Gray is sad, and Zach is like, it's whatever. He doesn't seem like he cares that much, or he's just trying to put on a brave face.
I think he's just trying to put on a brave face a little bit, but also Zach is still kind of being an older brother type jerk at this point in the movie. And so Gray is all upset and says, "Mom and Dad are getting a divorce." And Zach is like, "They're not getting a divorce. Like, you're crazy." And this is the part where Gray's like, "There's letters from 2 different divorce lawyers. I Googled them."
This was the point in the movie where I was like, "Oh, these kids are only here so they can almost get eaten later and give us stress, aren't they?" Because they keep coming up and they're not doing anything. They haven't done
No.
a single thing yet except be children and be sad.
Be children, be sad. They're literally only in the movie so that they can be in danger, and
Yeah,
Claire and Owen can try and save them.
exactly. And that was at this point, I was like, "Okay, fine. I guess that's what we're doing." There's also a part where Barry and Vic look at the raptor heads in these cages, I guess to examine them or something. But they have those big heads at Velocicoaster at Universal, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's like Velocicoaster."
Oh, I don't know if I've at Universal Studios, I don't know if I've been on that ride.
It's really cool. It's entirely based on this movie, which I hadn't seen. So the whole movie, I was like, "Oh, it's Velocicoaster."
I've been on the Jurassic Park ride a million times, like a million times at Universal, but I don't think that I've ever been on the Velocicoaster. I didn't know that they
They may have reskinned it. Like, I don't know how long that ride has been there, but it's like a gigantic fucking roller coaster, so I wouldn't be surprised if they reskinned it for the new movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either, I guess, but I think that it's really interesting, though, because Did they? Honestly, I haven't been to Universal in so long. That's probably why I'm confused because I was like, last time I was there, they still had the regular Jurassic Park ride, but that was probably like 12 or 13 years ago. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. I never really went there that much, but I did go there recently. So,
you would know better than me then.
like basically the whole ride is based on they have a screen and it's Owen and there's, dinosaurs in cages and then at some point they're like, "Oh shit, the raptors escaped," and or I don't remember if it was raptors, I think it was, but then you get on the roller coaster and you're like running from the dinosaurs, I think. So, was like when the dinosaur was escaping, I was thinking, "Oh, this is the plot of Velocicoaster."
It basically is. I bet that that ride is based directly on this movie.
Yeah, it has to be. And yeah, the heads they have in the cages are really cool because they're animatronic and they move and stuff. So very, very cool. Anyway, I like animatronics, but we can move on. So Masrani orders some kind of unit to subdue the Indominus because it escaped at this point. It broke out the gate. It's killing people. So they're like, "Oh shit."
That whole thing that just happened when it went invisible, that is when it gets out. It gets out at that point. It's free
Yeah.
in the park right now.
Yeah, it breaks out the gate. It kills someone after it breaks out because Owen and one other worker got out, killed that other guy. And Owen's like, "Yeah, we should evacuate the island." And Claire's like, "But then we'll never open the park again." And I was thinking, you know what else will make you never open the park again? If people get eaten.
If like almost all your guests get eaten by dinosaurs, yeah, that's not going to help your case.
Yeah, I think closing it, you at least have a chance to reopen it. But if even one guest gets eaten, like,
You're done. You're absolutely done. Like it's over.
and Owen's pissed, obviously, because he's the only one at this point not underestimating the intelligence of the dinosaur and is just like, "Everybody listen to me," and they won't.
Like y'all are freaking stupid. Like he full on pretty much says everybody in this room is a money hungry fucking idiot. Y'all are all going to get people killed. I'm the only one that knows anything about these animals. So listen to me, but they won't.
Yeah, and he's right. He's completely right at this point.
He is 5,000% correct. Yes.
And they find a big chunk of flesh with her tracker sticking out of it.
Yeah, they sent the ACU. I think that's what the dinosaur capturing unit is called.
Yeah, I think it's the asset containment unit or something like that.
You're correct. It is. It's the Asset Containment Unit, the ACU. They are out looking for the Indominus Rex. They're walking through the woods or something and they come to a stream and the main like guy that's in charge of the ACU right now picks up this weird fleshy thing off the ground and it's full on just like a chunk of the Indominus Rex's back. It ripped the tracker out of itself, guys. This animal is they fully gave this dinosaur the intelligence of a person. It is smarter than everybody on the island, basically.
Yeah, they're fucked at this point.
Like if you have a wild animal that knows to and Owen I think at one point says, "Oh, she remembered when they implanted it." How? How did she remember when they implanted it? That's like saying like my dog chewed out its microchip because it remembered where it was implanted. That's
Not only
insane.
remembered that it had something implanted, but understood why it was being implanted.
Yeah, to the point where they're like, "Well, if I don't want them to know where I am, I have to rip this bloody gouge out of my." That's insane.
That is insane. This was I don't even think they needed to do that. It's
No,
dangerous enough on its own.
I think so too. Yeah, even if it had the tracker the entire time and they could follow it around, it still is not going to be easily shot down. But that's what that's why I'm so incensed about the level of they literally made this dinosaur the smartest character in the movie.
They did.
I just can't. How is anybody that stupid? You're not gonna make a genetically engineered fruit fly that smart. You're not gonna make any if you're a human messing with the genetic codes of things, that's number one stupid decision is why don't we make this thing smarter than people?
And it's able to hide because of this, and the ACU comes in and tries to take it down, and it just demolishes them.
Yeah. Is this the I think this isn't the part where it starts communicating with the raptors, is it? Or is it?
Don't think so. I think the team goes in, and this is when they're looking at the team on the screen and seeing their heart rates turn off over and
Right.
over.
Yeah, okay. It's not till the Raptors go out with Owen later. There's like this one moment, and I'll talk about it more when we get here, but there's this one moment where they're just like letting the Raptors screech at each other, and I'm like, you're letting them talk. You're letting these highly freaking genetically modified intelligent animals talk to each other. That's stupid. Y'all are stupid. Shoot her now.
But it don't work. It demolishes them and it runs back into the woods. So they have to regroup with the raptors later. And Masrani is arguing with someone in a lab somewhere, and he's like, "Oh, we shouldn't have let this happen." And the scientist is like, "We've always done genetic modification. This is your fault."
You told me to do this. I didn't just like do it whatever. You told me to. You're interested in profits. And Maserati's like, I didn't ask you to create a monster. And Henry, the guy who did the genetic modification, is like, yeah, you kind of did because monsters are what people want to see.
Yeah, and he also says that a cat is a monster to a canary, so it's all relative, basically.
It's absolutely correct, this guy.
That's true. And the park finally starts closing rides and trying to get people out at this point.
Finally, finally. And they don't even make it a big deal. The announcement that goes out is due to technical difficulties, everybody must return to the base at this point. It's not until like fully an hour or two after this that the alarm starts going out that something has broken containment. Like they're not telling anybody that there's a dinosaur loose on the island at this point.
Yeah, and Gray and Zach are in this bubble ride where they're riding around in a field looking at dinosaurs, and they get the same notification.
Yeah, I think it's called, like, the gyrosphere. I thought it was kind of funny because when they got on the ride, the little ride opening video that shows in their little capsule is Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my god, he's also has a thing at Universal, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. The whole time I'm seeing things that I'm like, this is a Universal thing.
This is a Universal
This is
movie.
based on the Universal park.
Yeah, basically, and Jimmy Fallon is, bumbling and charming just like Jimmy Fallon in real life, and he says, "Oh, your safety is our number one priority. So you're enclosed in this crazy glass that absolutely will not break." And then proceeds to break the glass. And he's just like, "Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen." It's just kind of silly. But supposedly the gyrosphere is supposed to be really safe and all this stuff. So they're out in the field looking at all the dinosaurs when they get the notification, like Giu said, that they're supposed to return to the docking area. But Zach pulls a major teenager here and tells Gray, no, Claire gave us these special passes, VIP, man. Like, we're going to go and look at all your favorite dinosaurs. You can tell he's kind of trying to be a nice big brother in a way, but completely just fucks it up. It's just like, we're not going back, we're going forward.
He's trying to be the cool big brother, but right now he needs to be the responsible big brother.
Exactly, correct. Yeah, he's trying to be cool, but that's not what he should be doing right now.
Claire does try to call them, and she is not able to get through to them either. So she even is like, "Hey, gotta go back, da, da, da," but the line just is staticky, disconnects. And then she's like, "Well, I guess I need to go look for them," and asks Owen for help. And
She's like, "You have to help me find my nephew."
yeah, he was asking about her nephews, and she was like, "One of them's like older, and one of them's younger." And he's like, "Do you not know how old your nephews
And she's just like, "Shut up."
are?"
I do really like their back and forth, like their chemistry. I do really think that Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt did a really good job with the kind of like romantic-y tension that's kind of supposed to be building the whole movie with Claire and Owen. I think they've got really good chemistry.
Yeah, I think that they did a good job making it cute and funny and not them just being pissed at each other about what happened in the past. Like, you can tell that they still have chemistry.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the Indominus Rex attacks the gyrosphere and it's spinning and it goes upside down at one point and he tries to eat it.
I thought this part was kind of funny because Zach is like, Gray, look, it's 4 dinosaurs right here. And Gray's like, no, there's 5 dinosaurs. Zach's like, no, yeah, I thought you could count, dude. Like, I thought you were good at math. There's 4 dinosaurs. Look at them. And Gray like points to, he's like, 5. And you can see like the reflection of the Indominus Rex's big scary face in the gyrosphere. And I was like, "Zach, you didn't see that? Even a little?"
And they end up, after it gets smashed, running and jumping into this waterfall just to get away from it. And it's this really high drop.
Yeah, the Indominus Rex is fully hunting them. Saw them in the gyrosphere, is being very aggressive. It just wants to kill things. Apparently, it kills for sport.
Yeah, right after this, we're seeing that it's just killed all these dinosaurs, not even eaten them, just left. And Owen figures out, like, it's just literally killing for sport.
My God, this part made me so freaking sad, actually. Yeah, because it's Owen and Claire coming up on the complete trail of carnage left behind by the Indominus Rex. And they walk up. I'm pretty sure the long necks from Land Before Time. I think that's the kind of dinosaur it is.
Apatosaurus.
Okay. I believe you. That doesn't sound familiar to me, but I believe you. Owen and they're all so like they're completely just ripped apart. They've all got bloody gashes and bite marks. It's so sad. And Owen goes up to this one with the long neck and is just trying to comfort it and it's like dying. And I was legitimately tearing up because nobody knows about me, guys. I'm a big animal lover. Like, you can do whatever you want to people in a movie. I do not care. But the instant that you even suggest that maybe an animal got hurt, like, I am in tears. It's just one of those things about me. And I was like really sad at the dinosaur just like dying. And Owen goes up and tries to comfort it. And then Claire comes up and tries to comfort it. And you can tell that she's looking at Owen like, oh, what a big, strong man. He's trying to comfort this dying dinosaur. But then the dinosaur just like breathes its last breath and just like goes still. And I was just like, no, my heart. And then they crest a hill and they just see this entire valley full of completely shredded dinosaurs, but they're not eaten. They're just all killed. Owen turns to Claire and he says, it's killing for fun. It's not even eating them. It's just killing for sport.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's sad. I have to talk about the Apatosaurus for a second. Okay, this is the only thing I know about dinosaurs, but I think people thought they were Brontosaurus, which ended up not being a real dinosaur because there was these two scientists that were like trying to compete for who could identify the most dinosaurs, and they like one of them just wanted to find a new dinosaur and he basically stuck a skull, I think, onto the spine of like two different dinosaurs and was like, "I found a new dinosaur." And he literally didn't.
Oh my God. Okay, so I knew about those 2 guys. I forget what their names were, but they were having the Bone Wars, like, in the early 1900s, where they were trying to out archaeologist each other, basically, and identify more species than the other one. I knew about that, but I didn't know that it was the long neck, that was what.
I'm pretty sure it was the long neck. I'm like 90% sure.
So interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, that was my only dinosaur fact. So, do not expect anything else from me.
That's a good one though. Like, I genuinely had never connected that before. Like I said, I knew about the Bone Wars, but not about the connection of the long necks. And long necks just make me think of Littlefoot.
I think it stuck with me because that's such a yeah, that was such a good movie, the first one.
I
Um,
know.
but I think it stuck with me because that's such a common dinosaur. Like, if you're thinking of dinosaurs, you're probably thinking of like T-Rex, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Brontosaurus, and like maybe those are the only dinosaurs you know. That's what you're thinking of. So it was really shocking to hear that it's just fake. Some guy just made it up.
That's really entertaining.
So Claire and Owen continue and eventually make it to the waterfall and somehow figure out that the boys jumped into the waterfall.
Oh, wait. Is this after has Claire changed her outfit?
Oh, it happens right around now.
Right around now,
Like, maybe
yeah.
right before they get to the waterfall.
I I think that it is right before they get to the waterfall because Owen says to her, like, "You have to go back. Only you are not dressed for this. You need to go somewhere else." And she's like, "No, I'm coming with you. These are my nephews. I'm definitely coming. I am the woman. You can't get rid of me," basically. And Owen's just like, "You're ridiculous. What? You're gonna like walk around the forest in high heels like that? You're crazy. You're wild." You know, and she just like looks at him and starts like ripping open her blouse and all of this stuff. Didn't do anything about her shoes, which was like, "That's the main thing," he said, but okay. And she rips open her shirt. She's got this like vest on underneath. And then Chris Pratt, Owen is just like, "What does that mean? What are you doing?" And she's just like, "It means I'm ready to go." I really like that. I love their chemistry, their back and forth just really brings they make a good romantic lead couple.
The boys at this point found the old building that we had mentioned earlier that is probably from one of the earlier Jurassic Park movies, and they end up fixing a Jeep and getting the hell out of there. Claire and Owen are not far behind them. It would have been cute if she found some boots or something, and she was like, "Look, I, like, got these," and they could have had, like, a little banter about it. That might have been
I think that
fun.
that would have been cute. Yeah, I didn't even realize that he said something about the high heels in that scene, and but then way later in the movie, she's running and the audio description is like, "Claire stands in high heels holding the flare up for the T-Rex." And I'm just like, "She still has those on?"
At that point, it would probably be better just to wear no shoes.
No shoes, take them off, girl. Why? Why do you want to ruin your feet?
Yeah, also, if you trip or something running from that T-Rex, it's
Your
all
ankle
over.
is broken. Your ankle
Yeah.
is broken and it's over, and the Indominus Rex gonna chomp the hell out of you.
Yeah, I literally think it would be safer to just not wear shoes at that point, but anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Maybe there's a fan fiction about it somewhere. So, Gray and Zach, I guess mostly Zach fixes the Jeep, and that's how they're able to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I thought that part was cute. He, like, looks at Gray when they find the cars, and he says to Gray, he's like, "You remember fixing up Grandpa's old Malibu?" And then next thing we see pretty much is that Zach has totally fixed the car, like, fixed it, and they're out of there.
Yeah, they're not sticking around, so at least he's helping now.
Yeah,
He's being useful, Zach.
that's good.
Yeah.
Thank God. One of them, finally.
And then we go back to Masrani, who's flying a helicopter with some security gunners, and they're trying to track the Indominus Rex.
Claire calls somebody to say that they have seen the Indominus Rex around the old base where or the old workshop where the cars were and stuff. That's where Claire and Owen are now. But when she calls, Laurie is literally tells her that Masrani's airborne. The ACU are airborne. Oh, he just says the ACU are airborne. They took the helicopter and they're trying to track down the Indominus Rex. And Claire's like, "Who's flying the helicopter? What the heck?" And then it flashes and we find out it's Masrani, and he was flying the helicopter in the beginning of the movie, but in the beginning of the movie, he had an instructor with him because he hasn't actually gotten his pilot's license yet. So he is flying, but he's doing an alright job, but it's pretty shaky. And the instructor at the beginning of the movie, you see him get out of the helicopter and just start barfing into a trash can. And now at this point, the instructor can't be reached because I think he's been evacuated with everybody else. But Masrani's really taken it to heart. He's like, "I'm gonna save this park. This is my park. I'm not gonna let anybody else get hurt. This is my job." And so he flies the helicopter all by himself with no instructor. And this is the part it's like, "I love you. You're so good." Like he's a really seems like he's
He's
really
doing his best.
trying. He's doing his best. Yeah.
They find the Indominus breaking into the old aviary, and that's
Oh
where the
yeah.
helicopter's going to fight it.
Yeah, and so the ACU that are, like, in the helicopter start opening fire on the Indominus. It's not really helping, nothing's helping, and eventually does the Indominus just, like, crashes through the aviary and starts fucking up the pterodactyls, right?
It breaks a hole in the ceiling and starts releasing a bunch of dinosaurs, and then those start attacking the helicopter.
Like yeah, all the pterodactyls and stuff come flying out of the aviary and start hitting the helicopter. Yeah, that's what happened. They started all hitting the helicopter and running into it, and it's making the helicopter, like, crash, basically, because you can't just run shit into a helicopter. Those things are very delicate when they're flying in the air. It basically yeah, this is the part where Masrani explodes. Pterodactyls keep running into the helicopter. It crashes, it hits the floor, it goes, crashes through the roof of the aviary, which releases even more flying dinosaurs, and then it explodes. And I'm just like, and that's a series wrap on Masrani. He's gone. He's dead. At least he tried.
R.I.P. He did his best. And then those dinosaurs start attacking the park.
Yeah, pretty much all the oh yeah, the pterodactyls start flying over where all the people are. They start picking people up like by their shoulders and just eating them.
Oh my god, this is the part with Zara.
Yeah, because Zach and Gray took the buggy, got back to the gate into the other part of the park where all the people are. Zara finally found them at that point, and then all of the pterodactyls and flying dinosaurs that have broken out of the aviary start attacking. And a pterodactyl literally picks Zara up by her shoulders and then like drops her. And then another pterodactyl grabs her. And then that one drops her. And they just are literally playing with her in midair. It's crazy. And then I think doesn't she they just eventually they keep snapping at her and stuff and then they drop her into the lagoon.
They drop her, but then one picks her up again and is flying away, and then the Mosasaurus comes and eats both of them at the same time.
Yeah, comes out of the lagoon and eats both of them.
Yeah, this scene, oh my god, I think it did what it was supposed to do. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Same. I was like, I cannot believe that they're because they just kept picking her up and dropping her and picking her up. It happened like 3 times. And I was shook, honestly. I was like, they really tortured that woman.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I expected there to be some dinosaur killing people, violence scenes, but I was like, "Damn, that was really fucked up."
Yeah. Yeah, just the fact that they kept dropping her and picking her back up, I was like, "Just let her die at one of these
Yeah.
points, please."
Oh, yeah, it was visceral for me. I was like, "Oh god."
Yeah, but that's a series wrap on Zara. She's now dead. No babysitter for the kids, but luckily, Owen and Claire have also found their way to this area.
Yeah, and Owen almost gets attacked, eaten by a dinosaur, and Claire picks up a gun that has absolutely no recoil, luckily for her, and kills the dinosaur and saves him.
And then Owen, like, stands up and is like, "Oh, thank you," and, like, kisses her, and that's exactly when Zach and Gray see them, is when Claire is being kissed by Owen. And then she sees them, and she runs up to them, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys okay? I've been looking for you everywhere. Oh my god." And then they're just like, What's with that guy?" And she just, like, stops suddenly and just, like, composes herself and turns back to them and is like, "We work together."
I like them. They're fun.
I like them too, honestly.
And now that Masrani's dead, Vic is taking over the control room, and he's kicking everybody out. He's bringing his people in, and Owen punches him at one point.
Yeah, because Hoskins, Vic is comes in and he is just like, "I'm the only one that knows how to do this. We're gonna use the Raptor team. We're gonna use the Raptor team to hunt the Indominus Rex. This is the field test that we've been looking for. We're gonna do it." And this is when Owen punches his lights out. It's like, "No, fuck you. You suck," which he does. Fuck him completely.
But Owen does end up agreeing to do the raptor idea because they don't really have any other choice.
Yeah, because I think Hoskins that's what I was trying to remember. Hoskins at this point is like, "You guys don't have any other choice. This is the only thing. And one day it's gonna say that, like, your animal saved people." That's what they'll say. Because I think Owen says, "They're animals. Like, we need to take care of them," or something.
Yeah. So he does agree, but he's like, "Do not shoot my raptors."
Yeah. I thought that was funny. He's giving the whole debriefing to the ACU and he says, "We're going to light her up. Give her everything you've got. Do not hold back." Then he like stops and is like, "But do not shoot my raptor."
And the chunk of flesh that it ripped out comes back because he gives that to the raptors to follow the scent.
Yeah. So now the Raptors have the scent. Everybody's loading up, heading out. We've got a whole team of dudes with a lot of freaking guns in a truck. What my audio description was describing as a 4x4. Pretty sure that's a truck
It's
of
definitely a
some.
truck.
It's definitely a truck, right? Like four
Yeah.
wheels. I think that's a truck. But Owen is on a motorbike following them, and I think maybe the other handler is either in the truck or on his own motorbike. And then we have like all 4 raptors with headgear, with their night vision headgear on, and they are going to try and track the Indominus.
Yes, and while that's happening, Claire's putting the boys in the back of a truck and is like, "We gotta get the hell out of here." And at this point, she just takes off her overshirt entirely because she's just slowly losing her clothing as the movie goes on.
Yet, Giu pointed that out to me, so she gets slightly more naked as the movie progresses.
They don't ever give her an inappropriate outfit or anything, but I just noticed that, like, progressively, she's just shedding.
She's in more revealing clothing as the movie goes on. Not that it's ever scandalous, but, it just
No.
is something to note.
Like, her undershirt is a spaghetti strap tank top, and there's not a lot of cleavage or anything, so they're not, like, doing it too crazy, but they maybe coulda given her some boots, but other than that
Like, oh my god, making this woman run around this park in heels is cruel, guys.
I know. And so we get that flash of that, and then we see the raptors, instead of attacking the Indominus, they start communicating with it.
This is the part where I was like, "Y'all are so freaking stupid. Stupid, because the Indominus comes out of the tree line and all the raptors are kinda, like, lined up in front of it, and then it starts growling, snarling, like, making crazy dinosaur noises at them, and then they start making crazy dinosaur noises back, and I was like, "Guys, they're communicating. That's what's happening." And this is the moment where Owen does realize that they mixed the part of the genetic sequencing for the Indominus is raptor. He realizes it right at this moment too, but I was really questioning it because I thought that if he realized that, then why are you letting them talk to each other?
Oh
Like,
my
please
god.
don't let them talk to each other. That Indominus Rex is already the smartest character in this movie. Do not let it team up with the dog dinosaurs that are the other smartest characters in this movie.
Yeah, so it's basically the new alpha of the dinosaur pack after talking for 5 seconds because
For 5 seconds, somebody literally is like, "Guys, watch out. The raptors have a new alpha."
the way that happened instantly, that broke my suspension of disbelief a little bit.
I knew as soon as they both started making noises at each other, like both sides, I was just out of it because I was like, they're communicating, y'all are dead. Like those dinosaurs are talking now about how much they want to wear your intestines as a hat.
That's good. So the raptors turn on the soldiers and they kill a couple of them, and Blue almost kills Barry.
But Owen saves him. Owen distracts Blue at the last moment and gets Blue to come away because you can tell that even though the Indominus is now the alpha raptor, Blue and Owen still have a really close bond. I mean, you're kind of at this point, Blue is not on our side. Blue is on the side of the Indominus, but even while Blue is on the side of the Indominus, Owen is able to stop her from killing Barry. So you know in that moment that Blue has not turned completely. Blue is gonna help everybody.
Yeah. We go back to Claire, who's has one of the soldier people come up to her and is like, "Drive!" and is trying to jump in the back of a truck, and I think the raptor was chasing him, and she
Smears a bloody handprint on the window. It's like, "Go, go."
yeah, and he tries to jump into the back of the truck, and the door's wide open, and Claire had told the boys to buckle up, and as she's, like, screeching away, I was like, "Damn, good thing she told them to buckle in, because they would've flown out when she floored it like that."
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
guy does end up getting eaten, so RIP.
He basically gets ripped out of the back of the truck by a
Yeah,
raptor.
and there's
Yeah.
this electric prong thing in there that the boys use to get the raptor out, and then Owen drives up next to them on his motorcycle. And
Don't worry, guys, sexy guy is safe.
yeah, yeah, he's fine. He can't die. He has the power of handsomeness.
He does have the power of the sex appeal.
And I think was this the part where his fanny pack bum bag gets hooked?
No, that happens a little bit later, but there is something the fanny pack just keeps coming back.
It does.
But the part that I was talking about earlier is definitely in the booth in the final showdown scene. The Indominus Rex like hooks it with his claw or something or with her claw or something like that. All the dinosaurs are female. I don't think we've mentioned that yet, but the whole point of this breeding system that the genetically engineered breeding is that every single one of these dinosaurs is a girl. All of them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They call all of them girls. Back in the control room, Lori gets rejected by
Vivian, her name was Vivian. Yeah, I thought this part was funny because all the workers are evacuating and Vivian like comes into the control room where Lowry is and she says, "Aren't you coming?" or something akin to that. And Lowry like gets up out of the chair and music is all like, "Oh, like whatever." He's like, "Somebody has to stay behind." And he walks towards her like he's going to kiss her and she's like, "No, no, I have a boyfriend." And then Larry's just like, "Oh, you never mentioned." And she's like, "Well, I mean, we're at work." And he's like, "Ah, yeah, that makes sense." And then she's like, "Okay, be safe." And just like leaves.
and then they hug awkwardly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Lori was my favorite character. He was funny.
He was a good character. I liked him. I think my favorite is Owen or Blue.
That's fair. Yeah, they're both good choices. Honestly, not all the characters. I think the kids are a little boring, but the adult characters are all pretty funny.
Yeah, I actually even really like Claire. I'm not mad at her like I am a lot of the times when they try and make an action hero, like female main character. A lot of the times I'm like, wow, you're really stupid. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Claire has her moments, but I like her. She's charming.
Yeah, me too. And they eventually arrive where Vic is trying to preserve some data,
He's trying to get Henry's data, like genetic data, off the island.
but then the raptors enter.
Yeah, pretty much. He's trying to steal the genetic stuff that the main science guy has going on. The raptors come in the room, and then Hoskins starts being like, "Raptors, guys, like, we're friends. I'm, like, on your side, guys. Like, you don't gotta bite me. We're friends. I'm on your side." I'm like, "These dinosaurs do not fucking understand you, dude. Don't try and tell them that you're on their side. They don't give a shit."
Nope, and then they kill him, just like we expected to happen.
Yep, one of them bites off his hand that he's trying to use to, like, touch it, bites it off, then everybody else gets out of the room while the dinosaurs are ripping him apart, and I was saying to my boyfriend at the point that happened, I was like, "Good riddance to bad garbage, that guy sucked."
Yeah, he did suck. I don't think anyone is shedding a tear over him. They're just
No.
like, "Yay! He's gone. We don't have to see him anymore." And then the raptors chase and surround our group, and this is when Owen reestablishes dominance over Blue, and they team up again to fight the Indominus.
Yeah, we missed a part earlier in the movie when Owen was kind of explaining the raptor hunting system to the kids, and he's introducing them to each of the raptors, and he introduces them to Blue, and he tells them she's the beta. And Gray, I think, asks Owen, "Who's the alpha?" And then Owen's like, "You're looking at him, kid." And I was like, "Sexy, sexy man does sexy, sexy things. I see."
Oh my god, when he was like, "I'm the alpha," I was just like, "Oh my gosh, they're really making it on the nose, aren't they?"
It's so on the nose, but I really do love it. But yeah, it's like at this point, he reestablishes his alpha dominance over Blue.
Yeah, and then now they're teaming up to fight the Indominus again, and so Blue and the other raptors are fighting, but some of them do get killed because the Indominus is just too powerful.
God, it was so sad. One of them gets thrown into a deep fat fryer and explodes. Like, that was precisely what my audio description said. One of the raptors gets thrown into a deep fat fryer and explodes. And
Holy shit, I
I
didn't even realize that.
my mouth honestly was on the floor when I heard that. I was not expecting my
Oh
audio
my god.
description to tell me that, and, I don't like it.
I really liked the area they were in, how they're just in a theme park. I was like, I feel like this was shot at Universal in the Jurassic Park area.
Yeah, it really, like, looks like it is, and this is the part maybe not exactly now, but this is the area in which when Gray and Zach are hiding that the Indominus hooks his bum bag, like, when they're
Oh,
hiding in the
it
little
was now.
kiosk. Yeah.
Mhm. That's what it was. The bum bag came back.
Yeah. And Claire figures out Claire is got her little hamster wheel running in her brain, and she has an idea. And she is like, "You guys wait here." She puts them in the little kiosk where they might be safe. I mean, they're not, but that's what the goal was, I think. And she runs off and finds the walkie-talkie, and she starts talking to Larry, whatever his name is, in the control room. And she's like, "Larry, do something. Be a man for once and do something and open exhibit or enclosure 9 or something." And Lowry's like, "You sure? Like, that's crazy. What do you mean you want me to do that?" She's like, "No, do it. Be a man and do what I say." And so he does it. He hits the thing to open it, and it opens. It's the T-Rex enclosure.
Ooh, from the original Jurassic Park. He also took it personal. She was insulting him, and he was like, "Why'd you have to make it personal?"
Yeah, he did say that. That was really funny. But yeah, I guess the T-Rex was like the big thing from the original movies, and we had to have a showdown of the most powerful dinosaur from the original movies and the most powerful dinosaur from the new movie Jurassic World. And so the T-Rex starts fighting the Indominus Rex, and it's just like dinosaur battle, like super aggro, and they keep biting each other. I'm just like, this is why I'm not really super into these types of movies. These kind of scenes don't really do much for me, especially with the audio description. I mean, the audio description does its best, but it's the spectacle is not there for me. And so I don't really care.
I don't have whatever bug brain, not that it's not cool, but there's a lot of movies, like, every Godzilla movie or, like, Godzilla versus King Kong, where it's like, "Oh, 2 big, powerful monsters coming together to fight," and maybe it's because I'm not a boy, but I'm not as thrilled about it as some other people are.
No, this is just battle scene, battle, they're battling. And then at this was the cool part though, because the Indominus Rex is just about to take out the T-Rex. Like just about to KO it forever. And then all of a sudden, there's a roar from the other side, and it turns around, and there's Blue. Blue's come back, and she like takes a flying leap onto the Indominus Rex's back and bites down. And then the Indominus Rex is trying to get her off. And then all of a sudden, it's the T-Rex. The T-Rex is back in action. So now it's Blue and the T-Rex trying to take down the Indominus at the same time. And there's a lot of action going on.
There is, and they end up pushing the Indominus towards the lagoon, and the Mosasaurus comes back into play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Mosasaurus. The T-Rex and Blue are both getting the Indominus, like, closer and closer to the edge of the lagoon until the Mosasaurus finally jumps out of the water and, like, doesn't the Mosasaurus, like, just, like, grab its legs pretty much and drag it in?
Yeah, that shocked me too. I didn't expect that to happen, which now with context, I'm like, oh, we should have seen that coming. But I just expected like a showdown between the two big dinosaurs. But then this other dinosaur comes out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my god, it came back again.
It's like all the dinosaurs are teaming up. It's like, "Team Jurassic Park! Y'all will this genetically modified abomination could never beat us real dinosaurs. And the mosasaurus, yeah, drags the Indominus down into the water and it drowns. And you can tell that it's over because the T-Rex roars at the sky. And then Blue like roars as well. And they're doing victory roars. It's echoing all over the place. Rah! And then they just kind of like the T-Rex and Blue look at each other and the music gets kind of dramatic for a second. They're like, "Oh my god, are they about to start fighting too? Like, is the T-Rex gonna kill Blue?" But then the T-Rex just turns and walks away. And Blue turns and also walks away. And you're like, "Oh, thank God. Okay. It's over."
But then Blue hesitates and looks at Owen and they kind of nod at each other. And then Blue kind of trots after the T-Rex.
It just walks away into the foliage like Blue has gone to be with its mommy and its dinosaur
Yeah.
brethren, and it doesn't need Owen as its daddy anymore. But you can tell that the connection is still there because they fully made eye contact. So
They did.
come back for Jurassic World Part 2 when I'm sure Blue will be back.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's definitely yeah, no, I mean, you're right. We gotta have our sequel. There's like 3 more of these, so we need something.
Actually, legitimately is. This is only the first. We've got. I've already seen actually Jurassic World 2, but there's also I think 3 and 4.
I think 4 isn't even out yet.
This is another series that we have started,
Oh
guys.
my
So
gosh.
hang on.
We get our final scene. All the park attendees are in this large warehouse-like room getting medical treatment.
Getting first aid because they've all got dinosaur bites.
Yeah, exactly. And Zach and Grace's parents come and they're like, "Oh my god, you're alive."
Thank God. Oh my God, you're alive. The Karen, the mom, is obviously very upset and she gives Claire a hug too. And nobody's really freaking out at Claire the way I think maybe I would be. I don't have children, but if I sent my children to go and hang out with my sister and then this happened, I would be not very happy with my sister.
She seems more upset in the beginning of the movie than she is now. Maybe she's just so relieved that her children aren't dead that she doesn't have the energy to scream at Claire, but
That's probably it, but still.
no, I agree.
I thought that this like closing exchange with Owen and Claire was really cute because when Karen and the father are reuniting with Zach and Gray, Claire just kind of sees Owen from across the room. I think he's helping an old man with something. And I'm just like, oh God, my heart. This man is just pure goodness. I love him. Oh, she just kind of walks up to him and literally asks, "So what do we do now?"
And he says, "Probably stick together for
For
survival."
survival. And I thought that was funny. I don't know. I just was like, that's a good closing line because the dinosaurs are surviving.
Yeah, the final shot is the T-Rex standing over the park, looking out into the horizon.
The park is completely derelict now. There's no more people in the park. Now it is all dinosaurs on this island.
But we're gonna need something for a second movie. So what if okay, if Claire and Owen are broken up in the second movie, I'm gonna be pissed because I hate when they do that.
I hate when they do that too. Yeah, I honestly can't remember. I was trying to remember because they're definitely very clearly like going to be together at the end of the movie. So I also couldn't remember if they had them broken up in the first part of the second movie. And I also hope they don't do that because that's stupid. And Claire and Owen forever, I think, actually.
Yeah, I like them. And then I just hate when you watch a whole movie of them getting together and then a sequel comes around and the writers just don't know how the fuck to add drama without characters maybe getting to they're going to get together. It's not even that much drama. They're like, "Well, we got to break them up now for drama." And it's just so annoying. It detracts for me.
I agree. It's very like yo-yo. It's like you can't decide what you want because they very clearly care about each other at the end of this movie. If they are broken up at the beginning of the next movie, then I think that they're going to get back together by the end of it. So
I just don't want to watch them get back together again. They need to be together and work together and maybe they can have some other thing going on that has that drama.
well, we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see, because we're gonna watch it. I kinda wanna watch the first one now too. The first
Yeah.
2, I guess.
Yeah, I honestly am more excited by dinosaurs after watching this movie than I am ever. excited by dinosaurs. So that's good. I am a big fan of Blue. Blue forever. I want a Blue plushie. I would
Oh,
cuddle that dinosaur.
we should go to Universal.
We
I bet they have
should.
them.
That'd be
I want
fun.
a Jurassic Park shirt now. I want Owen's Jurassic Park shirts. Oh, not Owen, Lori. Owen wears, like, a regular ass outfit with, like, a vest and a shirt. He looks like a worker.
Yeah, man. There was this part, I think I forgot to mention it when it happened. They were all in the car together at one point when Zach and Gray and Claire are all in the car and they're watching the video feed of the ACU going to get the Indominus. And Zach looks at Claire and he just says, "Your boyfriend's a badass." And she just kind of smirks to herself. Yeah,
He's
he
like, "I
is.
know."
I know. I'm aware. Like, you see that guy? I fuck that guy.
I fuck that guy. Oh my gosh.
Uh, well, I think I had a lot more fun with this movie than I like thought that I would. Not really being like a dinosaur or action movie girl. I genuinely liked it. I genuinely liked a lot of the characters. Some of the characters were a little dumb, but I liked a lot of them. I thought the plot was pretty stupid, but it was stupid in the way that it was supposed to be. I
They
think.
did what they came here to do.
Yeah. The part that had me the most heated was I like just really flummoxed by the thing where they made the dinosaur smarter than everybody on the island.
Yeah, that was hard to suspend my disbelief, and then it was also hard for me to suspend my disbelief that they were like, "We can't close the park." I was like, "Girl, people are literally gonna die."
Like they're gonna be eaten. Like they're not just gonna die. Like they're gonna be eaten.
Yeah,
Oh goodness. But all right, well, I guess it's time to give this a rating.
I guess so. So we rated on the enjoyability scale, and then we will rate it on how similar this is to Twilight scale, since there is a Twilight actor in this movie. So we'll do the enjoyability first out of 5. What did you think?
I all right. So like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I still think that this is not exactly my flavor of movie, so I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 on the enjoyability scale. I genuinely enjoyed it. It's just not my favorite type of movie, you know.
Fair. Yeah, for me, I think it felt a little long at times.
Oh, that too. The pacing. They could have chopped a good couple scenes out of this.
Yeah, this could have been an hour and a half movie. The 2 hours we watched it, I was like, I feel like I've been watching this for 3 hours. I didn't like the pacing, and then I did really like the CGI and the character interactions between the adults, but I thought the kids were like so useless. I didn't find them endearing at all. I was like, they're literally just here so they can get chased one time.
Yeah,
And to I guess to drive the plot because Owen and Claire needed something to do for the
to
middle of
bond.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't find the kids very engaging. I didn't think that they were that well written. But I think it did do what it came here to do, which was write an action dinosaur movie, and I think it did it pretty good. Maybe I'll give it like a 3.5. I agree. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
enjoy it, and I do want to watch the other ones, but I wouldn't say it's like amazing.
Yeah. Okay, well, so it looks like we agree about the enjoyability scale perfectly.
And on a Twilight scale, how similar is this movie to Twilight?
Don't know. I'm having some trouble with that one, to be honest. I guess maybe dinosaurs and vampires both killing machines? Question mark.
Okay, they're both killing machines. I had the urge now to say that they're both mythical creatures, but that's not true. Dinosaurs were real.
Well, the Indominus Rex, that's a mythical creature.
Okay, there we go. See, fictional killing machines.
I'm gonna be kind and I'm gonna give it a 1.
A 1? Okay, maybe and then there was some, like, little bantery moments. I feel like Bella and Edward have a couple little bantery moments. Maybe I'll give it, like, a 0.5.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I think that my 1 is, like, unusually generous. I just think that I had a really good time watching this movie, and, Bryce Dallas Howard didn't really have much to do as Victoria
Yeah.
in Twilight, so it's kind of hard to even say that her character is similar because like Victoria really doesn't do much other than chase them around and have red hair.
Well, she chases boys in this, and she still has red hair.
Oh, she's right. Okay, all right. Well, there we go. That's a 1. That's a 1 right there.
That's a 1.
They both have red hair. Claire Deering and Victoria, no-name vampire lady, both redheads.
That's enough. That's all we need. Oh,
Well, good. So you're at a 0.5 and I'm at a 1. And enjoyability, we're both at 3.5. That's not bad. I wouldn't say that that's too bad. Like we said, I think we're both excited to continue this little movie series. I'm really excited to watch the next one, actually. I think I mentioned that I have seen it before one time, and it's a lot of stupid fun, just like this movie. So
I'm excited to watch it, and yeah, I want to go back and watch the earlier ones. So I think they did it. I think they got me. I'm gonna watch the other ones, and that's probably what they wanted me to do. And I want to buy a shirt, and they probably want to sell me merch. So congratulations to them.
it was successful.
Yeah.
And there's a YouTuber named Jenny Nicholson who I watch a lot of her videos, and she has a video about Jurassic World Part 2 called "Should We Let Jurassic World Part 2 Get Melted by This Volcano?"
I should watch that. I love her. She's so
You
funny.
should watch that. It's a really entertaining video, and my answer would come back next time we review a Jurassic World movie. I will give you my answer on whether I think we should let it get melted by a volcano or not.
Tune in next time.
Thanks for joining us.